Hey guys, Disclaimer Magic here. It's time for another overlooked but awesome card, and this one is pretty awesome, mostly because it's weird, unique, and powerful. It's certainly not practical, but hey, if you find something to do with it, more power to you. This is printed way back in Onslaught, and then reprinted again in 9th edition, and that is it. I'm, of course, talking about Biorhythm. Now, I wanted to look up the price of this because, it was only printed twice, and 9th edition wasn't that, highly printed. But yeah, if you plug it in on eBay, you get a wonderful protein supplement. But then if you add MTG after it, you see that it's about $3 to $4. It's not bad. Now, I saw this card because it was in one of my friend's Commander decks, and here's a fun fact. It's banned in Commander. Hold on, I gotta send somebody a text real quick. Okay, problem solved. So anyway, this is a 6-cost green sorcery. Each player's life total becomes the number of creatures he or she controls. So, I know green's not really known for its board wipes, but it has some things that could be considered board wipes. But it would honestly have to be like asymmetric, or you'd have to board wipe, then bring a creature out, then cast this. That's like a lot of mana. I don't even know how much. More than 10. So some kind of free casting would have to be involved, but, honestly, casting this for 8 naturally, I don't know about that, but you can ramp into it with green. So, of course, this is banned in Commander because if you could free cast this on, like, turn 2, you could just win. You could just beat everybody who didn't take a turn yet or didn't, get a creature out that costs 1 or whatever. And I think that's why they got rid of this. But hey, 9th edition, it's legal in Modern. It's actually legal in Legacy and Vintage, too. But they don't usually, free cast spells. They usually just use, Simian Spirit Guide and a bunch of clones to ramp up to a really high level. Well, 8 seems a little bit not doable, so it's not the greatest card. I mean, that's probably why it's $3. So I can't imagine what Modern deck you could possibly put this in, except for some, free casting nonsense from, Standard right now. But still, it's just such a fun card because, you could just cast this and just win. How many green cards are just casted and win? Helix Pinnacle, I guess, arguably, if you have 101 mana. Well, and technically, it's the next upkeep. So, yeah, this is powerful. If you can manage to somehow get it out or cast it for free or whatever, you wouldn't even have to count on a board wipe, because if you just have, 12 creatures out and they have 2, there you go. You're at 12, they're at 2, because it affects you too, obviously. Now, the problem with this is, if you have 12 creatures on the field and they have 2, you're probably just going to swing and win anyway. If there's some weird thing keeping you from swinging, I don't know, they have a 12/12 lifelinker and you have 12 1/1s. Well, if you swing, I think they'd actually gain 1 life. So you can't really flood them, but then how would you finish them off? That's the other problem. I guess if one of your creatures was flying or something. So the usage of this card is so ridiculously narrow. But it's just so awesome because I saw it and I'm like, that is so funny because it's just so weird. I guess if you brought out infinite tokens, you could cast this, but you could also just swing and win. So this card has almost no purpose, it's worth almost nothing, but I love it. So check out the rest of the series for weird and hyper-powerful cards, and I will see you guys next video.